Those are the two things I would tell you at this time. Shower him with love. Chastise him lovingly. Correct him lovingly. And as well, provide firm guidelines, provide firm limits together with explanation. And be willing to explain over and over again. Without irritation. Do not explain it again as though he should have gotten it the first time, because then you are not expressing love. You're expressing judgment and calling forth guilt. Even Wall Street knows that you must hear an ad either 6 or 7 times before you'll remember it. They don't quibble about it and say you should have gotten it the first time. They let you hear it 7 times and more. So, set your guidelines and explain why they are what they are, over and over and over, until it registers and he gets it. And then if he forgets, be ready with it again. Okay, that's the end of the answer.
The next question is from Denny. Raj, would you give me some guidance towards more fulfillments in personal relationship, employment, or purposeful endeavor, and anything I should be addressing with regard to my health?
Well, as far as personal relationships are concerned, remember that you need to give in order to have. But also understand that that doesn't mean that you must give in order to get. Extending caring must be a gift without strings. When you don't appear to be hungry for a relationship, you are more attractive as a potential one to be in relationship with. If you are hungry for a relationship, it's like an open maw that could be dangerous for anyone that gets near it, as though it might get sucked in. I want you to relax about your relationships. I want you to let them be what they are easily, without wanting something from your willingness to be in a relationship. You really need to learn how to just be present with another. And here will be a help. Let the relationship unfold in God's time and in God's way. That's the key. Instead of looking for someone and having your attention out there, I want you to let your attention be within to God, saying, Father, I want to be in a relationship that you would have me be in, with the one you would have me be in a relationship with. I want it to unfold perfectly, and if anything, I want you to help me not mess it up by desiring it so strongly. that I push people away because all they can see is that I want to get. I know that it is your desire to give. And I know you understand that principle. And I know you want to abide by it. I know you want to embody it. Well, this is the way. Okay? As far as employment is concerned, the key for you right now is to let, I'm going to say, gainful activity manifest in your experience, whether it's the ultimate or not. You're holding a high standard. I'm not going to say you're holding too high a standard. You're holding a high standard that's sort of getting in the way of what God would have you have, which doesn't mean that He would have you have less than what you desire. What it means is that the standard you have set for yourself, the standard you have set, that is what you would allow, is coming from a place of you're trying to be in control. And that's not going to work for you now. It may have in the past, but it's not going to work for you now. You're not going to be able to manipulate your concept of an appropriate job into your experience and authorize it. Now, when I said, be willing to stand in receipt of gainful employment that doesn't meet your high standard, what I was saying was this is an excellent way of giving up your attempt to exercise personal control, which is another way of saying that you are going to put yourself in a position of yielding to the Father's will because you're going to be getting out of the way. And you may actually end up having an experience of a job that isn't the ultimate and isn't what you would have held out for. And the reason you may end up having it for a time will be because it's the opportunity for you to show your commitment to the idea of thy will be done, of demonstrating that what you're intending and what you're saying to the Father is not just lip service. You won't end up being in your wrong place. But remember, the issue here isn't getting the job you want. The issue here is getting the job the Father has in store for you. You see the difference? That's the issue. And I'm going to leave you with that. Okay.
The next question is from Miguel. What do I need to know at this time, Raj? Thank you.
I'm going to turn the tables on you, Miguel. What is it you're afraid you need to know at this time? And we're going to take a break. And I'm going to give you time to respond. And when we come back, I will be glad to talk to you about that. Okay. We will come back as close to 1:15, approximately 15 minutes. Okay.
Miguel's follow-up is, you put me on the spot, Raj. I don't quite know how to answer you. Maybe I'm afraid. I don't have the necessary clarity to embody love and peace in my life. Any clarity from you is much appreciated.
You're right. You are afraid that you don't know how to embody love and peace in your life. But you know what? You're the one person, not the only one, but you're the one person who, obviously unknown to you, embodies love and peace exquisitely. That's quite a dichotomy, isn't it? You're afraid you don't when you do. And you're afraid that your fear is what is true, and that what you do embody isn't. And that's what you need to attend to. Now, I will tell you this. Because you are afraid that you can't or don't embody it, you get tense. And at times, this fear finds expression as frustration. And indeed, at those times, which I'll call blow-ups or temper tantrums, you're not expressing love and peace. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I want you to get a copy of the transcript of this gathering or download it so you can listen to it, because I want you to have this to refer back to whenever you feel the need to remind yourself. Your fear is false. Your fear is pure imagination. You want to know why you think you don't embody love and peace in your life? Because it is so natural to you that it doesn't stand out to you in your own mind. It is so normal to you that it doesn't feel like anything exceptional, and yet it is. I'm staring down your belief. You don't need to learn how to embody love and peace better. You need to be at peace with exactly the way you're already embodying it, embodying them. And when the ego comes in and plants the seed of fear that you're not, or that you can't, tell it to shut up, tell it to go to hell. And turn your back on it. Turn your attention away from it. And if you have to, get out this transcript, or get out this tape, or this CD, and listen to it to remind you from someone's perspective that isn't your current perspective, to remind you of the truth, so that you don't fall victim to an utterly insane and untrue idea. You have to let go of that fear. Let go of that fear, and you will find frustration not building in you, and then not erupting from you. Seeming to prove that your fear is true. I love you for the love and peace you embody so easily and so beautifully. And with such pure intention. You want to know why the intention is pure? Because you aren't originating it, and you don't even think you're being it. That's why it comes out so beautifully. It's also why it doesn't seem noticeably special to you. And so I'm pointing it out to you so that you don't continue to overlook it. Take my word for it. You don't need to experience another moment of frustration or distress about how poorly you're embodying love and peace. You don't have to endure that another moment. It's temptation. Get thee behind me. Get out of my sight. You are not what I choose to give my attention to. You got to be in second place. Get thee behind me. Enough said. Okay.
The next question is from Wendy. Thank you, Raj. I'm trying to be present for my friend Carolyn. What can I say to her with what she's been experiencing, i.e., her illness?
You must tell her that you don't join her in her fear. That you don't join her in confirming her fear. In whatever way you can, in whatever ways are appropriate with her, convey to her your faith in her healing. Convey to her your expectation of healing. And invite her not to argue against it if she can possibly manage to not argue against your confidence. And just be the persistent presence of the unwillingness to confirm her fear. Even when she is utterly fearful, even when she thinks there's no way out, continue to be there with her, unalarmed by the picture she is drawing of the situation. Because I'll tell you something, it does provide to her the undeniable awareness that there is another way to look at it. That obviously there is an alternative to the way she's looking at it. She may not believe you, but she knows there's someone else not seeing it the way she's seeing it. And that fact in her face, brought to her by your very presence, weakens, I promise you, it weakens her resolve regarding her belief about what's true. You are not likely to be able to confront her and work a miracle. But by being the presence of non-reactiveness, the presence of peace, the presence of love that has a different vision from hers, will, if anything will, reach her. Be that for her. Be present with her and for her in that way. And let the love do the work. Don't begin to think that you're doing a work that must have an effect or result. You be the love and let it flow, and you let the love do the work. Okay? That's important. You be the place where love shines through, and you let the love that shines through you do the work. Okay.
The next question is from Sunny. I'm divorced mom of a teenage son, and I work a full-time job. I want to go back to school to earn an advanced degree, make more money, and have more professional career, and support my son in a better way in the future as he becomes a young adult. but I feel that an additional load right now is just not practical as far as my time, health, and energy levels. Any advice would be greatly appreciated. Thanks.
I understand that you identified yourself as a divorced mom of a son for the sake of brevity and to describe the situation. But I'm going to tell you something. Stop identifying yourself as a divorced mom. You do it other than just in you're asking the question. Don't categorize yourself that way. It's very easy to, there is a group of women who are, quote, divorced mothers, unquote. But you know what? You're a mom, and you have a son, and you're not part of a category. You're not part of a category. You're not part of a category that has certain circumstances and problems and characteristics that you all have in common. You're not part of a group. You are the direct expression of God. Your son is the direct expression of God. Your fulfillment or lack of it does not come from your circumstances or your category. Fulfillment is yours and your son's because, for lack of better words, your mutual father is God, and both of you are his direct expression. And fulfillment is his law for the both of you, having nothing to do with circumstances or classification. This is very important for you to understand, else you will unconsciously bind yourself to whatever the belief is about divorced mothers, single mothers. You see? All divorced mothers have similar problems. No, all divorced mothers, as a generalization, all divorced mothers live their life in the context of the belief about divorced mothers. And when they do that, they behave in ways that elicit